episode of Cautionary Tales from the Red Chair, brought to you by Jake
and Sam.
We are broadcasting, recorded live, right?
I'm not sure which one we are.
Well, we're live right now.
Oh, we are.
But for people listening, it's recorded.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
I'll go with that.
From beautiful downtown Sartell, Minnesota. Located conveniently in FEMA Region 5. Just so everybody knows, when we get rounded up and sent to the FEMA camps,
Yep.
we're in Region 5.
Don't worry, we'll bring a backpack with us, so we'll pod from there.
Exactly. Hey, our fucking podcast is finally legal to drink.
Oh,
Cheers.
I knew there was a reason I brought the good stuff.
Yeah, well, so what are we enjoying in this nice glass here?
This is Glenfiddich single malt 18-year-old private stock.
That's a bit peaty.
Yes.
That is a smoky blend.
I like it.
It's good stuff.
Go good with the side of pork.
Pork? Really?
I don't know.
Should we try it?
Pork is good.
God, that'd be an expensive marinade.
I'd drink it afterwards.
Yeah, I'm just in there chugging the broth.
Don't worry, the alcohol content kills out the trichinosis. So
Trichinosis?
Isn't that what you get if you get poison or food poisoning from pigs?
No idea.
I thought that's what it was.
You're the cook. You know better than I. That is hilarious. So, I mean, you're saying that this one has an individually, like, stenciled on cask marking?
It's got, this one is, well, it's a handwritten cask number.
Ooh, well, let's
This
go on.
one's-
Give the listeners a little ear candy. Describe to them what it says on the bottle.
Okay.
All sensually.
It says it's 18 years old, married in a small batches.
Married in small batches.
After being patiently matured in the finest of sherry and bourbon casks to create an extraordinarily smooth, rich, and mellow single malt.
Yeah.
This is cask 3171.
Heyo! Cheers to cask 3171
Damn straight.
on episode 21.
They did some good work.
Cheers. 18 and single. That's the way we like them.
Anybody from Glenfiddich listening, I like your style.
I like the cut of your jib, sir. Delicious. That is the sound of enjoyment. God, that is smooth.
Yeah, it is.
So smooth.
Don't get used to it. This was my anniversary present.
Well, happy 1 year anniversary to you, too.
Thank you,
as
sir.
well. You and your blushing bride.
Yeah, I'm going to get lit up with all the cheers we've been doing so far.
I know. I mean, we're 2 minutes into the pod, and it's cheers, cheers, cheers.
For those of you playing the drinking version at home.
Yes. You better be cheersing every time we do. And even if you're at the office, pull that little flasky
Yeah,
out of the bottom
exactly.
drawer. We know you got it.
Everybody's got to have that little reserve.
Exactly.
That way when you're told you're fired, you can go back to your desk, get lit up in 15 minutes, and start going, fuck you!
Who's coming with me? The Jerry Maguire.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Speaking of drunk and belligerent, last Friday, a bunch of coworkers and I went bowling for nighttime unlimited bowling. We're at Southway, one of the most ghetto bowling alleys we got.
One of the only ones anymore.
Yeah, we only have two. One right across the street from my apartment, which is a gorgeous bowling alley. But then you go all the way to the shitty part of town. But they offer amazing specials. From 10 to 1, $15 gets you all the bowling you can possibly bowl, free beer, and free pizza. That is a recipe for disaster.
And then open the doors and let them loose.
Oh my God, send those freaks out into the night.
Yep.
It was just terrible because, you know what, our group, we had a great time. But all the riffraff that came through those doors to
The hooligans and runamucks.
reap the benefits. Oh my God, was it a fucking shit show. It was great. I saw 3 almost fights right in the bowling alley because, you know, that's an acceptable place to fucking fight these days, I guess.
Well, why not?
I mean, people fighting in the beer line. It's just like people fighting over this, fighting over that. One of my coworkers, one of the sweetest girls ever, this old, like, Mexican lady is like, "You've been stealing purses." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" Accuses her of stealing purses. It was amazingly hilarious. And then she's giving her the old, like, where she points at her eyes and points at her. Like, "I'm watching you, girl. I'm fucking watching you. You are stealing purses."
Oh, See, and I would not help those situations either,
Not
because
at
that
all.
kind of stuff is right up my alley.
Yeah,
I
you're
love
a muckraker.
instigating those.
Yeah, you're known as a muckraker.
Like, if some old Mexican chick would start doing that, be like, is this reverse immigration or something? I mean, what the hell is going on with this? I didn't know we had a border patrol this far north.
It's the Canadian Border Patrol.
Exactly.
She's like, don't even think about it, eh?
Hey, I love doing that kind of stuff, though. If anybody starts messing with people just to mess with them, fuck, I'll do it back. It's fun.
Oh, my God. But that is why you don't go south of Division in St. Cloud.
That's why I don't go out.
Oh, it was
Go oot.
it was a good time if you separated it all from that. But there's one chick that got into a fight. She had like these crazy contact lenses in where it made her like her, you know, like I'm not sure, was the retina? The dark part?
Blackout?
No, not the black. What is it? Then the other part. That's the colored part of your
Cornea.
eye. Cornea. Ding, ding, ding. She had these weird things where the cornea looked white. Like these contact lenses. And it was super creepy. She's like trying to get into a fight with this chick, and she was giving her the crazy eye with the crazy contact lenses, and then she's wearing this like green velour tracksuit. And she had the fattest fucking ass. It looked like she was trying to like smuggle cottage cheese in a burlap sack or some shit like that. It was just ridiculous. Was that a good visual for you?
Fuck. I thought I wasn't going to do it, and then I actually would.
You went there? You
Yeah.
went there. In your head. I know you would.
Like, when you said that cottage cheese thing, I literally, in my head, went, no. And then as soon as I stopped saying no, there it was. Oh, God.
Oh,
Something tells me that my imagination is worse than reality as well.
honestly, no. Because that was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, my imagination wouldn't have ever created something that disgusting.
Oh, it's so bad when you see something like that, and literally, the first thing that comes to your mind is just, I cannot unsee that. For the rest of my days, I can't say that I did not see that.
And it was kind of scary because for about 10 minutes after that, it was almost etched in the back of my eyelids. Every time I closed my eyes, I just saw the bulging green.
Like where you close your eyes and you get a bad taste in your mouth. Like, what the fuck? the senses are that much connected.
And then all of a sudden, she's walking out. She just stopped and dropped it like it's hot.
Oh, no way.
Oh, she went spread eagle. Like, ka-ka-pow, ka-ka-pow. Gonna twerk it. Let me work it.
So she was at least churning that butter.
Oh, yeah. She flipped down and reversed it.
Wow.
Hey, shit gets crazy at the Southway Bowl. Especially on free beer night.
Oh, I can only imagine the crowd that brings.
Oh, my God. I'm not saying nothing, but I'm just saying. It was a little dark out.
Well, of course it was. If a chick that had an ass like that was dropping it like it's hot.
Hey, you never know.
You got to go where the crowd likes you.
Hey, you know what it is. St. Cloud, Minnesota. That's the gateway out of Chicago for the felons.
Damn straight it is.
And that isn't racist. That's a fucking
Oh, it is.
fact.
It is. Not kidding. That is a fucking fact. Not only that, but there was a lot of people that moved in, and I'm not saying everybody or who or what kind of fucking people it is, but a lot of people ended up moving from Chicago to Minnesota just because of the welfare system that we had. Mm-hmm. And that was amazing, because anybody who wants to look that up, that's a fucking fact as well.
Yeah.
There was literally tens of thousands of people that moved into St. Paul, Minneapolis, stuff like that, because of our welfare programs that we have here. And that might be a big reason why our fucking state is going bankrupt.
Around the 1st and the 15th of the month, the state population gains about 4%.
No doubt. And then they take a 6-hour car ride back.
Exactly, and spend their good old Minnesota welfare check.
Yep. All they got to have is a fucking rent or apartment here and call residency.
I knew that story was going to end in something racial.
Well, it is.
Damn it.
Border Patrol.
I feel bad now.
It started racially. I was making fun of a Mexican.
That is true. That is true.
Oh, good times.
Good times.
I don't know why people don't listen to this. Oh, the best part about it is I got to share this now that we just went through all that shit.
What?
So My mom knows that we're doing these podcasts,
Yeah.
and when I asked her, so have you ever listened to one? She goes, no, I wouldn't listen to that.
Why not?
Because she knows what we talk about.
Yeah,
But
that is true.
then she ended up saying after that, going, well, how would I listen to one? And I went, well, we just download them to YouTube. And she goes, so anyone can listen to that?
That's kind of the point.
Yeah, I was like, well, anybody that wants to, I guess.
Nobody
does, but anybody that wants to can. And then she goes, you better be careful what you say if anybody can listen to it.
It's going to affect your future employment.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when you put it on your resume.
So when I'm running for president in the next 20 years,
Yeah.
somebody could dig these up and go, no, he was making fun of Mexicans.
I know. We should have went incognito. We should never have said our names. We should have came up with like pseudonyms. Like I'd have been Sam, you'd have been Jake.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody had put that shit together.
Not at all.
Be like, I thought this was a Jay and Silent Bob, and it turned out to be a Silent Bob and Jay. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking hey, they got me. Those sons of bitches. They got me. Wily bastards.
That is the best part about it. That would have been funny. That way when people did like meet us and be like, oh, you sounded like somebody completely different.
Yeah. I know, even my girlfriend doesn't listen to it at all. She's like, I hear it all the time.
Well, of
the
course.
last thing I want to do is sit there and listen to it again.
Yeah, Leah actually started listening. I think she listened to like 2 or 3 of them, and then she actually just said, I can't listen to those anymore. And I went, why? And she goes, because then I get off the computer, and I come and I hear you guys talking, and it's like I'm fucking listening to another story.
It's a perpetual podcast. And you're like, that's why we started it? Because
Exactly.
us hanging out is fucking podcast material.
That
We
way-
finally just put mics in front of us.
That way when I die, somebody will actually know who the fuck I was.
And what you thought at that particular moment.
They're going to get a lot of that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're going to keep doing this for a while, so.
Yeah, I have no plans on quitting. I at least want to get to triple digits.
We could even do this over the fucking internet if we needed to, so.
Yeah, like if we move away from each other, just do it via Skype. Be like, hey, guy.
Yeah, this is going to be a staple. I just thought it was funny that my mom was actually, just because she knows that we talk so politically,
Yeah,
that we were going to say something that could be illegal or...
of course. Well, that's why our only dedicated listener is the NSA.
Well, that's the other thing is I wanted to just point this out because I told her that I would. It's illegal to actually say, I'm going to kill the president unless you're teaching somebody that it's illegal to say that.
Did your mom really tell you that?
No,
okay.
I told her that, and she goes, you're not going to say that, are you? And I was like, yes, I'm going to say it's illegal to say I'm going to kill the president unless you say I'm teaching you that it's illegal to
That
say
is
I'm
great.
going to kill the president. And she thought instantly, like, if I said that, like, your fucking computer's going to lock up and there's going to be an FBI agent. What the hell?
Yeah, son of a bitch. Flush the shit.
Exactly. And like, fuck, it's just scotch.
Yeah, exactly.
She didn't tell me she stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good one. She's just a warrior till the end. And I didn't say warrior, I said warrior.
Yeah, I was like a warrior. Well, she kind of is a warrior.
That's another tale.
Yeah, no, right, another red chair.
Yep. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I have some interesting, and I would
Ooh,
like
all
to.
right. Let's get
I'd
into
like
the body of the show.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, now that the intro's done,
Yep.
there's a hell of a monologue.
Intro check.
Yep. Oh, lost another 2 viewers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, for those of you still listening, we will get into the regular newsworthy part of the show.
See, and nobody would even guess that we just hung out for hours last night and
Yeah, no shit. Watching the most miserable football game ever
like,
televised.
Everybody that would listen to this is just like, yeah, these guys must only talk once a week or
Yeah,
something.
no shit. Then I'm subbing on your pool league tomorrow night.
Not mine. I'm a sub too.
Yeah, exactly. We're subbing.
Okay. Now to shift completely to another section. This
Now for something completely different.
Exactly. I hope you like it. this is something that can actually be a duality in the show.
Ooh.
It can count as just one of our political topics as well as weird Florida news.
Fucked up Floridian news.
There we go.
Get it right. Or pay the price.
Yeah. The Democratic rep, Alan Grayson of Florida.
Ooh, I like Alan Grayson, though.
He's good politically, but
What did he
apparently-
do that
yeah.
I can't like him for?
Well, I'm not saying you're not going to like him. I'm just going to say this is a pretty outlandish shit from the far left. I'm not going to say that Alan Grayson is, he's a regular Democrat. He is more on the left-leaning side.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider him an extremist left, because that's basically what he's trying to make fun of here, is the extremist lefts as well as the extremist rights.
Yeah.
But Alan Grayson of Florida sent a fundraising pitch equating the Tea Party to the Ku Klux Klan, which includes an image of a burning cross for the letter T in Tea Party.
Lowercase t, right?
I wouldn't think so, because they actually put it down in
As a uppercase
in
t?
quotations as an uppercase.
Capital T. Well, then it's not racist because it's not a burning cross.
Well, yeah.
Because it's just a burning T.
It's still equating them to the Ku Klux Klan. In the email, he states, the Tea Party is no more popular than the Klan. That's literally what he
The
stated in
Tea
the
Party
email.
is no more popular than the Klan?
Than the Ku Klux Klan.
Well, that's completely false.
Yes.
Because I kind of like the Tea Party, and I really don't like the Ku Klux Klan.
When he was actually asked about his comment,
Yeah.
he said, ask yourself this. Who else in American public life today is as honest and as blunt as this? He said that I'm only saying the things you're thinking, and so much needs to be said.
So he's saying what I'm thinking, and what I'm thinking is that the Ku Klux Klan is just as popular as the Tea Party?
Apparently, on Americans' minds, the Ku Klux Klan and the Tea Party are hand in hand skipping down the yellow
Wow.
brick road.
Wow. Grayson, meet me at microphone 2.
Yeah.
Grayson, that is complete bullshit, and you're talking out of turn. I'm sorry. I love you. You were amazing when you were actually in Congress and, wanting to get the Federal Reserve to open their books for an audit. I thought you were amazing. Now you're just being a freaking Sarah Palin.
Yeah, now
of
you're
the
just saying
left.
shit to say shit to have people go, what?
Yeah, that is pure bullshit. Granted, as much as I think the Tea Party's full of shit, and their leaders are kind of dipshits, that's still kind of talking out of turn.
But to go so far, I mean, that's just like all these fucking Republicans talking about Hitler and
yeah,
Nazis.
the
And
socialist Obama.
so now you're literally giving them credit for the shit that they're saying because you're responding back with the same fucking play.
Exactly. I mean, even did you hear about the new revelations about Ted Cruz, who's supposed to be the darling
Yeah.
of the Tea Party? How is he a Tea Party and government outsider? And how can these America-loving goddamn rednecks like this guy? First off, he's Canadian.
Yep.
And secondly, his wife is vice president of the Houston branch of Goldman Sachs.
And third off, he's one of the people that are in our elected offices that will not give out their tax reports.
well, because he's Canadian, he reports. I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying.
You can't. I'm sorry, but the Tea Party, if they put any backing behind Ted Cruz, are a bunch of fucking assholes. They pretty much are equated to me to the super liberals that put their faith behind Barack Obama.
I just look at it this way, though. I don't trust any politician that's not going to put his money right out in front of me. And I say that only because how many fucking offshore accounts do all of them have? And I actually do think that the rules that are in place to Congress and the Senate and everybody like that is not nearly far enough.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing about, like, when Cheney came in office, he didn't fucking sell his stock in Halliburton. No.
He just stepped down.
Well,
His
no,
chair.
I'm talking about having stock in it.
Yeah.
He didn't sell his stock like you were supposed to. He gave it to family members.
Oh, yeah, he gave it to his daughter, didn't he?
Yes.
Oh, what a slimy bastard.
And then when he was out of office again, he took over the stocks, which were now 5 times what they were when he was in office with Bush.
Ugh.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's
So I look at it this way. I think it actually should go this far that you or any immediate family member or somebody that you could give power attorney of or anything like that should not have any kind of interest in any of the businesses that you once formerly or will work for in the future. You can't basically, as far as I look at it, is if you own stock and you start becoming the president, you sell your stock the day that you become the president.
yeah.
You have no stock, no interest, no nothing in any ventures gained, lost by any companies. Second, you have absolutely zero offshore accounts. All offshore accounts have to be closed and pulled back to the United States.
So you can be taxed like an American citizen.
Third, every single one of you sorry sons of bitches has to give every fucking tax record. I'm not talking about IRS, you save them for 7 years. If you're in office, those are public record from when you're in office.
Ah, okay.
Anyone can go to, us.gov and see exactly the monetary value of all these sons of bitches that are out there taking all these fucking trips and all these, using our money, every per diem that they have to any advantage that... one of my favorite parts, and I can't remember what show it was in. I want to say House of Cards, but I remember at one point there was a politician that was sitting there eating lunch, and he actually says, "Well, get me 2 more of these to go." And the guy was like, "Wow, are you really that hungry?" And he goes, "No, I'm going to use my per diem."
I think that was House of Cards, if I'm not mistaken.
So yeah, I mean literally what people do.
Sums it up.
If I can get 3 more of these today, I'm going to get 3 more of these today because I'm using every fucking thing I possibly can.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this extensively. There is something wrong with anyone who pays hundreds of millions of dollars to get a job that pays $400,000 a year.
Yeah. That's good business sense where I come from.
I'm just saying, to me, you have to be wary of any of these fucks.
Exactly.
And I think they have literally taken this country to a point where they are going to fucking just rape the shit out of everyday citizens until it comes down to another civil war.
That is true. And I mean, this Ted Cruz is a perfect fucking example because, like I said...
Speaks on the microphone like he's the best friend of every average day, every American. But behind their back, he's fucking their daughter in the closet.
Exactly. More like sodomizing her with a red-hot poker. But...
under a pentagram.
Exactly. But like I said, his wife, VP of Goldman Sachs in Houston, she was, also a member of the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations, which Ted Cruz himself called a pit of vipers.
Yep.
So what are you, Ted Cruz? You pretend to be Texan, just like George Bush, but you're a goddamn Canadian. You're anti-Goldman Sachs, who want the Federal Reserve ended and audited, but yet your goddamn wife is a Goldman Sachs who's pretty much she's fucking sucking the cock of
you know why he wants that
Reserve.
to happen, though, is because she's the head of the Texas branch. If they end up doing the investigations and somebody goes to jail, she moves up in a promotion.
That's probably why. And then... I'm sorry, if anybody that's involved with the CFR cannot be trusted, period. The Council of Foreign Relations is basically the American branch of the Bank of England. And the policymakers...
La Casa Nostra. It does not exist.
Well, it's even worse than that. So, I don't know. The Ted Cruz, that's what frustrates me the most about it, is... all these right-winger and Tea Party people that I know, talk to... they think him and Rand Paul. They think that's the dream ticket.
Rand Paul, his dad's not that crazy.
I would vote for his dad.
Yeah, but Rand Paul himself is fucking batshit.
I agree.
I mean, some of the claims that guy, and I don't even want to go into them because that's a fucking hour conversation on its own. We're talking about Ted Cruz, so let's just stay on track here. But yeah, Ted Cruz is another one of those guys who literally just came into the spotlight by doing something stupidly outrageous, his 21-hour fucking standoff,
for what?
Which meant nothing because he couldn't filibuster anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So literally, that's all it was, is his attempt to get into the fucking limelight, and now he's gonna... just stay there for as long as he can so that he can retire and do the same thing. Like you said, he's the new Sarah Palin.
Yeah. Well, I said that about Grayson, but I'll give him the new Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin, it's kind of just weird, though, because kind of Canada?
Yeah. Well, more Russia than Canada.
Well, according to her backyard.
Well, the tip of her cock is kind of touching Russia, isn't it?
Exactly.
And Alaska is kind of like, hey, giving a little bit of, how's your daddy? Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I can't even shoot wolves from a helicopter without seeing Russia.
I don't know. But the politics shit is weird because people always ask me, are you left wing? Are you right wing? I go, nah, I'm more of a breast man myself.
Me too. I like thighs.
Ooh.
Yeah, dark meat guy.
Dark meat. Yummy, yummy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you,
I can't say that I'm right or I'm left. I can only say that I have my best interest at heart. And anybody who doesn't say that that's true is a fucking liar, because that's the only way that you can have... That's the only way that you can have the people that are on there right now that can literally look at how fucked up the system is getting and just go, oh, it's working perfectly. Because you're part of the upper crust. And I'm not saying you're part of the 1%.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you still make enough money where it's okay. I mean, then you're sitting there and telling people that are actually hurting, working 2 full-time jobs, paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And, I can honestly say I was one of the guys for a long time that was just like, well, if you can't afford kids, don't have kids. There are some circumstances that I will go against that on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like freak accident, one parent dies.
Well, you shouldn't.
You don't have enough money, and you never thought about it when you were 25 years old to get life insurance.
Yeah.
Because what 25-year-old does?
Fuck, I'm 31 and I don't.
So I'm just looking at, well, you have nobody that's dependent on you. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you have a significant other like me and Leah, we have to have life insurance. If one of us goes, it'd be hard as hell to keep up on house payments. So we basically have to have enough money on life insurance to say, okay, well, if you go, I get the house paid off and most of the bills.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that shit on you when when you have somebody else. But when you're 25 years old, nobody's thinking about that kind of stuff. That's when you're like, oh, my life's all ahead of me. And, I got all this shit working out and bus. And then what's going to happen? Then you got a 25-year-old wife that has 2 kids, and now all of a sudden she's working on her fucking income, which is a part-time job.
Yeah, because he was the breadwinner.
Yeah. See, I know there's circumstances that get it, and a lot of people will just be like, oh, they're all fucking moochers. Well, here's how you end that conversation is, and I've had this with Republican people more than Democrats that I've had these conversations with. Here's how you fix the problem. For the claims that you have, you hire people to actually follow up on the claims. And the funniest part about me saying that is I say that to people, and I'm not trying to say one side's smarter than the other. I'm just saying the way that they think about, differently.
Yeah.
Is I say that to, the Democratic side, and most of them go, that'd probably cost a lot in the, in the short run.
Yeah.
And I say that to Republicans, and most of them go, oh, so you're going to have another person come into the daily life of an American citizen.
Big government.
Big government's going to try to change everybody again.
Socialist Sam.
Yeah. It's just hilarious to think that nothing can actually be political anymore. Nothing can actually be, accomplished by the government. Apparently, these guys are telling us that the government just fucks everything up. And these are the guys that are running for government.
Exactly. That's my biggest problem with those Tea Party small government assholes.
Fucking right.
It's like, what you're telling me is you want me to elect you president but you don't believe in government itself? That's like me going to a church with the atheist as a priest.
Yeah.
Frankly. It's like, of course it's not going to work. You don't want it to work. You're going to do everything in your best efforts to make sure it does.
The shutdown was a perfect example. Slim down, excuse me. Slim down.
Exactly.
This was a perfect example. This had nothing to do with any kind of actual fucking anything. All it was somebody trying to gain political footing. And when the Republicans learned that they were actually getting people pissed off instead of actually accomplishing what they were trying to accomplish.
And what were they trying to
the
accomplish?
heroes for everyday Americans.
What were they trying to accomplish?
That's what they were trying to accomplish. They were thinking that if they came out, especially after when Obamacare launched, I hate calling it that, the Healthcare Act.
The Affordable
Yes.
Care Act, which is completely false.
But I'm just saying, when that came out and the crashes happened on the website and all that kind of shit, of course that just feeds them.
But it also worked in the Democrats' favor where they could say, oh, it's because the Republicans' government shutdown.
Well, not only that, but they could say because it's so popular, many people wanted it. But we're digressing again. What I'm trying to say
is... Let's get to Obamacare.
What I'm trying to say on this
talk
one...
about Obamacare.
We will. Shush.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say about the whole aspect of it is they were thinking that if they would stall this out and make the whole deal about, well, this is going to bankrupt America and this is going to do this... The 41 times, I think it was, maybe I'm off on that one by a couple, but 41 times that they tried to defund it and it didn't pass, they actually were thinking that this is going to be their last-ditch effort to bring it to the American public, and eventually we were just going to go, you're right, fuck it.
Exactly.
Sorry, but 63% of Americans said that they were for getting health care for all. 63% is the majority.
Well, no.
Democracy, even a republic democracy, is supposed to have majority rule. So I'm just saying it this way, that I hope to God that people, something I don't even believe in, but that people are smart enough to remember which one of these fuckers were the ones that were going, no, you having health care is a bad idea. Which one of these fuckers were actually saying that come next election?
Well, see,
but nobody will, because our fucking memories as Americans are 15 fucking minutes.
Well,
the next fucking story is going to be about Michael Jackson's doctor again.
But the thing is their strategy failed by having the government shutdown.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying, it was their last ditch going, this is such a good idea, everybody needs to know about it.
But I'm going to tell you why I think that their strategy failed in their aspect. Because what they were trying to do was prevent Obamacare from taking effect by trying to buy time to then explain to the American people how Obamacare was going to fuck you over.
Yeah.
And the problem they did with instituting the shutdown was now they basically...
put a target on their back.
Exactly. As opposed to just letting it roll out, it'd be a catastrophic failure like it was going to be.
But what I'm saying...
And then they could have blamed the Democrats.
That was their hope, though, was that all of a sudden when the shutdown happened, the American public came behind them and was just like, fucking right. Let's get that shit out of there. It's going to cost me a shitload of money and I can't even get it.
But see, honestly, they failed in the aspect of not realizing... One of the things is you just got to take your fucking medicine.
I'm going to come out right now and actually say that the whole fucking bullshit of states not knowing how to get health care, the websites crashing, you know me, I'm not a conspiracy guy. That was Republican done.
No.
There was somebody...
I want to be devil's advocate. I just want to play devil's advocate for the sake of
that was
argument.
Republicans. They did that shit to make sure that everybody was having a hard time so they could try to pull this shit and then have people...
It was never designed to work. Let me lay this on you, son.
I've heard this.
Let me lay this on you. Everybody that's reviewed the site said it was a front site. It never would work on the back end. You could never actually register for it. Even they got...
I didn't think you were supposed to register for it. I thought it was supposed to be a website that
it's
told you how to register.
It's a marketplace. No, you register on the healthcare.gov, you build an account, and then after you build the account, that's where you're going to go on your marketplace and choose which healthcare plan works best for you and your needs. So you can do a comparative shop. Mm-hmm. That's what they sold it to us as. Basically, what has transpired is they pushed this out too fast, hired some private fucking contractor that was going to do it on the cheap, and didn't do it. They basically put up a front page that has nothing going on in the back end. Everybody that's taken a look at it, even Consumer Reports came out and said, do not go to healthcare.gov. It is a scam.
Well, your state is actually supposed to have
but
the
there's
information.
all these states that don't, they rely on healthcare.gov to do it because they don't have.
But there's also a lot of states that actually said they would not participate in informing their citizens.
Well, exactly. But regardless of that point, the website itself does not work.
See, I will honestly say this. I was completely naive to this fact. Like, a small percentage of the rest of America, I'm one of those suckers that's paying a shitload every month to have insurance that I never use. But in case I get into a fucking car accident, I don't have to worry about these other assholes having insurance. So I know what a hospital bill looks like.
Yeah, but
so that's the only reason that I've done it myself is even though I don't go to my yearly checkups or anything like that, I'm one of the people that buy it just because I know what a hospital bill looks like. So I don't want to owe for the rest of my life.
But see, you're not, that's my point. You're not getting insurance.
But that's why I'm saying I'm naive to this fact because I've never gone to the website. I'm just going off of information that I've received online.
Even that stupid bitch from Maine that he fucking pulled out yesterday, Obama, and said, this is the first applicant that's registered on healthcare.gov as for Obamacare. It just came out right after that, and they were like, fact check. Took her 7 fucking hours to do it over the phone. The website, I'm going to tell you this. This is the sinister plot that's in my mind. The website is set up to gather information, and you are required to put your income in there. You're required to put your income in there, and guess how they figure out your income? They go through the IRS, which is highly illegal.
Yes.
The IRS cannot divulge that information.
To any other branch.
Right there. Obamacare is in complete violation of the law in that aspect.
Oh, it really doesn't fucking matter. Your information is all over NSA anyway.
But second, the system, the website is basically what it's there to do is to collect data. What they're doing is all these dumbass fuckers that are signing up thinking that they're registering for healthcare, they're giving all of their information, social security, name, address, and they're not getting it. So what does that do? That makes it easier for the IRS to have a list of people who think they have healthcare who don't, so then they can automatically withdraw the $5,000 fine in March out of their bank account.
Exactly what the shit that, I mean, it's the same thing as when they sold the marijuana stamps down in Florida.
100%. So that's what the
site... Now I can arrest you for not paying taxes.
And that's why I wanted to be devil's advocate and say it's not the Republicans doing. This was never designed to work in the way that everybody thought it was. It's working perfectly in the way they truly designed it to work. To collect the data of people that they can then automatically go into their bank accounts, withhold their tax returns, because now they're connected through the IRS. It's sinister, dude.
Oh, tell me they didn't have that information before. When they have a fucking social security number, they can get any of that information.
Well, technically that's illegal as well.
Yeah, technically that's illegal, but after the Patriot Act, what is technically?
Well, that is true. So the Patriot Act is the exact same to me as the Affordable Health
The Patriot Act is no. You can never say something like that because the Patriot Act, literally what the Patriot Act is.
It says you're a terrorist.
The Patriot Act literally is a law that was placed behind America's back to a point of saying, is that a law?
No, it basically says is your Constitution and Bill of Rights.
Well, yeah, but I know you're saying that's illegal for somebody to do that on somebody else, but
it's illegal.
Is that a law?
It's illegal.
I'm just saying.
I don't give a shit what bullshit legislation these criminals that have hijacked
I
our
understand,
government put into
legally
place.
speaking, I'm just saying the Patriot Act was put in place so they could literally say that when somebody said that's illegal, you're violating my civil liberties. They can go, well, is it a law?
Well, I don't give a fuck what they say.
I do because they're the ones that can put me in Gitmo.
So you're telling me
it.
the fucking asshole mugging you on the street tells you something bullshit, you're gonna just go along with it because he's got a gun to your head? That's the exact same principle in this.
The difference is
we're being held hostage.
The guy that's holding the gun to my head. There might be an area where I have a moment of attack where it might.
We do have a
me.
moment of attack,
but the difference is as I sit here. There's no point in time when I can actually say I have a moment of attack to the government.
We're doing it
If
right
they,
now.
yeah, this is the
This
smallest,
is our
the smallest
impotent rage.
footprint. Once again, it is illegal to say I'm going to. I'm just saying, this is the smallest footprint that I can leave.
Yes.
That I can still voice my opinion and feel better about my week because I'm a little less pissed off than when I said. And we're going a little longer tonight.
Oh.
We're on rants. I'm just saying, that's what I find absolutely amazing is that people think that all this shit is done to create information. Are you kidding me? Like, they don't have everything on you already.
Yeah, I just read an article that the TSA is now monitoring you 24/7.
Yes.
Even before you might even have any designs on flying or taking a train.
Did you know
But
that
you're being monitored?
Did you know that it is weird to think that there's a federal regulation that all social security numbers that are given, to newborns when they're born have to be registered. So that's the point of just saying they want to know exactly where you are, who you are from the start.
In a slave state.
Social security numbers
ways.
were the first point of
That's your slave number. We all know that.
for the basis.
Your social security is your slave number. Your credit rating is your slave rating.
Yes.
Done.
But that's what I'm saying is since social
Come the
security
revolution.
since social security numbers have been out,
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you know
are you
that was-
fucking kidding me that you don't know that all
Yeah.
the time is that your social security number is used? Like they don't look at that? And it makes it so much easier now that it's online?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So
You can't hide from anything.
I'm just saying it for anybody who thinks that shit like the Obama site and all that kind of stuff was to get information. Bullshit. They get your information 50 times a week.
What it does is it prevents them having to pay some fucking stooge with a 2-year degree to collect that. You just voluntarily gave it to them, just like Facebook. Facebook's a CIA front.
But what I'm saying is, if you already are online, this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but then they have to put this all together. Now you've just basically volunteered it. Here's a convenient little package.
What I'm trying to say is the people that are online are already online. They've already got the information. There wasn't, millions and millions of people going to a public library to go online to do this. No, they were the ones that actually called the number.
That is true because you'd be like, okay, Thomas Smith. He has exactly $2,327.52, and his status update, he just took a massive shit.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, Obamacare approved.
Yeah. I'm going to put it that way. No time throughout history has there ever been a point where all of a sudden there's, oh my God, everybody in the U.S. is online. No, it just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
If you don't have a computer or don't want to use a computer, you don't use a computer to go sign up for healthcare. Everybody who's already been online and has put their social security number, their address, their name, their phone number, all that shit in the computer multiple times is signing up for healthcare.
Getting fucked.
So I don't see it as a point of people taking the information.
You don't, but then why did Consumer Reports...
I'm not saying they're not taking the information.
But if it's not malignant, why did Consumer Reports specifically come out and say do not use this website because it is rife with identity theft? That to me
because
is
of the fact that
giant red flag.
Because of the fact that no matter how many times the government hires these guys that are like, oh, I'm the best fucking hacker there ever is. Well, tell us how to not hack this.
No.
The time that it takes him, there's another best hacker.
Yeah, but that could be said with any website. But it's not every website popping up a Consumer Report saying this is a fucking farce.
But not every
That's my
American
problem.
goes to the same website.
Well, then, what about even John McAfee? They tried to consult him, to the guy who invented internet security.
Yes.
They actually, I just heard a radio interview with him yesterday where he was saying
that they
and said, do you want to help us, figure out this Obamacare website? He's like, absolutely. And they're like, okay, but you got to pay your own expenses. And he's like, that's understandable. I can do that. He does that, and then they call him back a couple days later and go, well, see, we can't get all of the members of, the committee together, so can we just do this over the phone? And he's just says, like, really? You're going to have me solve a problem over the phone that requires flow charts, graphs, all of this to explain to you how this is fucked?
Yeah.
His basic answer was, whatever you just paid for those asshole monkeys to do, tear it down and start anew from an open source software. Let every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the street fucking work on your
I understand
code.
what you're saying there. And
It's America.
You're not going to get any argument
I'm not
for
trying
me on
to.
this.
I'm just trying to state a point that it's a bullshit front that's going to help them round us up to take you to your FEMA camp. Sorry, I wanted to bring it all back. Sorry, my conspiracy theorist was showing a little bit. But yeah,
Wrong show, Jake. Wrong show.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, I just... I don't
Get
think...
out, get out.
Thank you. I don't think this is necessarily the whole...
story.
grabbing of info that you're talking about.
You know me, I always go to the most sinister spot.
Well, like I said though, I mean it's online. People didn't flock to a public library.
I agree with that. I'll give you that point. That is a good point. That the people that are gonna be using the online tool
have already been
our online tools.
Yeah, NSA's already got a fucking file on every single one of them.
Exactly.
So I don't think it was necessarily one of those things that when you get to a certain point of like, enter your social security number. Next. Oh, son of a bitch. It crashed. Like, I don't think it was one of those things. I think it was just one of those things where they didn't actually expect to have the traffic that they have because they were expecting states
to have their own website.
Yeah, to actually have their... And Minnesota is one of the states that did.
The you care.
So I'm just saying, they weren't expecting 9 states to say, we're not going to tell anybody anything.
I know. You know what's sad is even my girlfriend was like, so when do I have to sign up for this Obamacare? Because technically I just started a new job and I don't have health insurance, so do I have to do that? I'm like, nah, honestly, you really don't have to do it till March.
Yes.
And the way things are looking, probably not
they're gonna
2015.
Yeah, they're going to set that back.
Because, like, I saw this great...
I have a feeling that they're not going to actually do anything until mid-2014, actually. Because they'll probably just be like, with all the problems that we've had, with all this, with all that, they'll just extend it.
They're going to have to delay it a year. Yeah, just like you said, with all the fucking problems they have. I mean, there's no two ways about it. They just can't rock it like that. I saw this great thing on Twitter where it's got a picture of Obama, like, talking at the podium.
With the thumb thing, like the Bill
Clinton. And it's just so great. He goes, the text of it says, I've been very clear on this matter. You must buy the insurance you don't want on my website that doesn't work, or I will fine you. And I'm like, that is a perfect summation, in my view, of what's transpiring with Obamacare.
I'm still under the whole upside of it because I'm just gonna put it to you this way. I do have a little bit of a bias on this, as well as a little bit of insider information.
Ooh, trading?
Well, being a part of insurance for a while.
I thought you were gonna give me stock tips.
No, I'm just saying, being an insurance salesman for a while, like I was, I understand the fine print that all insurance companies actually give to people, and just how stupid it actually is that people don't read any of it or ask any questions about it.
That is true.
And this is another reason why I actually think that this country is ridiculous when it comes to political issues. Nobody has the fucking boys to actually just come up and be like, I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. Because you just backed on doubling back?
Yeah.
So, what did I ask?
Yeah,
you know,
or the congressman just stands up and like, I don't think I should vote on this because this is a 10,000 page bill that I have not read, and my staffer kind of got through it, but he's 17
and he's sleeping in a fucking chair behind him.
Yeah, because he's been up all night chugging Red Bull,
Yeah.
trying to read this bullshit.
I just look at it in the aspect of saying there's so much goddamn just paperwork,
Yeah,
just stupidity when it comes down to our politics nowadays.
I agree.
Is it legal or is it not?
Yeah.
Vote.
My personal,
That's all it should be.
Boom. Exactly.
All it should be.
That's-
and we shouldn't even employ these fucks the full year.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. They should meet like 1 week a month.
They should basically get paid like NFL players do.
Yes.
They make money, but you only get paid for the weeks you're playing.
Damn
all
straight.
the other time of the year,
Damn
you
straight.
better have been saving.
I just also think there's no reason whatsoever that all of these representatives should be staying in Washington.
You want them to fly back to their home states every
Once
day?
again, I think they should meet once or twice a week, like every other week maybe. Or I'm sorry, once or twice a week. Once or twice a month.
A month. Okay.
Every other week. You should have to live in the state that you're living in, especially nowadays where what's the longest flight they have to take?
Yeah, like 6
To
hours.
Hawaii.
Yeah, well, that is true, yeah.
So buy a faster jet. You're rich. Fuck you.
Fucking get the Concorde out of retirement. Get your ass over there.
I'm just saying, that's what the job you signed up for.
Yeah.
I will honestly say, when I was selling insurance, they actually took a look at my credit, and I had to explain some things on my credit.
All the hookers and below?
Damn straight. Should have never done that with my credit card. Discover card. Taken by hookers.
Yep. Because they want you to discover
Yep.
what kind of STD they have.
Well,
Hey, if you ain't swimming in the deep water.
that's when nothing like taking a fucking fresh line off of a hooker's ass.
Woo! Random off-topic thing, but I just heard a study that Oreos are addictive as cocaine.
Oreos?
Yeah. They did rat tests.
I really do not like them.
I know. Well, that would explain why I eat Oreos like I do Coke, by the line. Ba-doom-ts.
I did wonder why I put them in a coffee grinder. Yup.
Oh my god, sorry, that was just a random detour.
That was a random detour.
It happens, what can I say? So I found this fucked up story in the news. I think you'd get a kick out of it. I actually tweeted it and my brother favorited it because it was pretty great. So so remember the debt ceiling debate that they were having in Congress last week? So moments before House members passed a bill to raise the debt ceiling, a woman later identified as stenographer Diane Wrighty. Stenographer.
Oh.
Like, click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click, click, click,
I thought you said snographer.
Hey, it's the goddamn scotch you've been feeding me, you asshole. Just because I'm slurring it.
You like it.
I know. But stenographer Diane Reedy approached the microphone at the speaker's lobby in a trance-like state and began to shout.
Oh, yeah, I heard this shit.
Yeah, she says, he will not be mocked. Somebody approaches her, she's like, don't touch me. He will not be mocked, Reedy ranted, adding, the greatest deception here, as this is not one nation under God. It never fucking was. She didn't say fucking. I added that.
Well, just for drama.
Yeah. Officials began to remove Reedy as she screamed. It never was. Had it been, it would not have been. Which makes no sense.
No.
But I love her passion.
Oh, yeah, fucking right.
And she goes on after the ... The Constitution would not have been written by Freemasons. They go against God. You cannot serve two masters. Praise be God, Lord Jesus Christ, she added. Reedy also reportedly said, quote, a house divided cannot stand. You are all sons of the devil.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that a badass, politically righteous speech?
Yes.
to go into. And the whole Freemason thing, I think, is super legit.
Yeah.
The conspiracy theorist in me is like, oh my God, this chick went batshit crazy.
Their snographer did.
Their snographer. She's a snogger.
Snogs it good.
But what was your impression of that?
Well,
Did you not love it?
To me, that is the epitome of what the political system
Bunch of bullshit.
has become. Is
A sideshow?
Well, I'm just going to look at it this way. That there was a lot of our founding fathers, and this gets brought up in politics all the fucking time, is what would our founding fathers think? A lot of our founding fathers...
They think, hey, Negro, get out of here.
Yeah. And a lot of our founding fathers actually did not have a belief in God.
Yeah, even Jefferson wrote the Jeffersonian Bible.
I'm even saying this, though, that Thomas Jefferson did not believe in Christian God.
I mean, well, he didn't believe in the bullshit miracles.
Yes.
And all the flowery prose. He basically just took the...
He thought it was a storybook.
He just basically took the quotes exactly from Jesus and were like, here, this is my Bible.
Yes.
Because this motherfucker was speaking sense.
Yes.
All the other shit is
He didn't
shit.
think it was actually a God. He thought it was a guy to live your life by.
That's essentially what the Bible is, I think.
But you know what I'm saying? He didn't take it religiously.
Well,
he took it
yeah.
as we do, of it's a book of good stories to read and take what you can from it,
Yeah,
but
it's-
don't take it for word of this is how everything is and kill for it. You know what I'm saying? And if he would fucking find out that there's in God we trust on our money
he'd be
and
pissed.
yeah. I mean,
Pledge Allegiance, in the Pledge
Yeah.
Allegiance as well with the
one
nation under
one
God.
nation under God.
That wasn't added till the 50s
Yep.
to differentiate ourselves.
And
from
if
the
Thomas
fucking
Jefferson
Ruskies.
was around and knew that, he would fucking flip on folks. I mean, George Washington,
Oh my-
he would still... That was the reason they came over here, was so no oppressive religion took hold of anything.
But the Department of Defense actually said it themselves, where they released in their white papers saying the founding fathers would not be welcome in this military
Oh, they wouldn't.
because they would not have. Well, first off, Jefferson said central banks were the biggest threat against democracy next to a standing army.
Bigger than standing
yeah.
armies.
And
So-
what do we have? And what are we living under right now, Sam? We're living under the giant...
Too big to fail.
We're living under a giant central bank, exactly like you said it.
Too big
And-
to fail. The
and a
government bails it out
huge-
with our money because they're too big to fail.
And a huge
the
military.
whole aspect of too big to fail goes against the capitalistic point of
Oh,
view that they're
exactly.
even talking about.
Well, that's why I've always said we've never, ever been in a capitalist society. When people are like, why don't you support capitalism? I always say, show me a
I
fucking...
do. I spend money all
Yeah,
time.
but show me a country that is capitalist, and maybe I could get behind it. None of them are.
Yeah.
America, they say they are. They're leaning more towards a fascist state, and at the very worst, the closest they are to capitalism is crony capitalism.
We say we're capitalists just the way that we say that we're democracy.
Dude, is that not the whole story of America?
Yes.
A fucking facade?
Well, shit, when our biggest export is Hollywood, everything's a
Heyo.
facade.
Brilliant. Love that. Beautiful way to put that all together. Yes. That is true. And even the most iconic thing in Hollywood, the fucking palm tree, is not native to California, which is a farce unto itself. Yep, America's biggest export is counterfeit reality and counterfeit
It really
currency.
is. Our
Boom.
biggest export has been for decades Hollywood. Hollywood makes more money for this
is
country
true.
than any other industry at all.
Dude, we got the West Coast Hollywood that sells lies. We got the East Coast Hollywood, which is DC, that sells lies.
Yeah.
That's our export.
Well, that's what they say about Washington.
Bombs and
is
lies, man.
You go to Washington if you're too ugly to be in Hollywood.
That is true. I've heard that. Washington is definitely the Hollywood for ugly people.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got your famous and you got your stupid.
Is that why I've always wanted to be a politician?
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty ugly and I did not make it in Hollywood when I lived there.
It's because you got turned down for Peter and Peter Pan.
Hey, It was very painful. I really wanted to rock those tights. My ass.
Yeah, but who the fuck was gonna make you on the wire?
Hey, my ass looked amazing that summer.
You have to fly.
I can fly?
Nobody wants to see your ass flying in tights with a breeze on you.
Hey, just because you need 400-pound test line doesn't mean I can't fly.
The line is supposed to be invisible.
You don't want huge cables coming down? Kind of ruins the illusion.
Every time you're supposed to move to one side of the scene, you hear... I'm just saying. I got to bring it back just one more time though to the whole thing of the shutdown. You know what else the shutdown provided?
What's that?
That tax returns and your taxes being actually filed by the IRS is going to be pushed back.
Yes! So I have to, like, mark...
No. You have the same time.
Oh, I have to get in by the 15th of April? I can't go to, like, March of the year after?
No.
Oh.
You have to get your taxes in at the same time. The difference is they're not going to issue a refund or they're not even actually going to get to your taxes.
So they're going to make me file the report, but they're not going to pay me back for the money they stole?
Well, they're 2 weeks behind, Jake.
Fuck them. They should stop trying to take away tax-exempt status from libertarian organizations.
Maybe they should get a loan from somebody so they can hire more people.
Who, the Bank of England?
Sure.
That would not be good.
Why not?
Because they're our masters.
So? China's our masters right now. Yeah. We should at least loan that much from England.
Well, China's under the same thumb as the goddamn Bank of England. Who do you think let them thrive as much as they did?
The Masons!
The Bilderbergs.
The Bilderbergs, yes.
And they meet once a year in the Meadows.
Fucking Colonel, I'm glad he died.
He went teats up.
Oh, yeah. Our fan base would be one that knows that, at least hopefully.
Well, if they've never seen So I Married an Axe Murderer, that's their homework for next week, because that's what the whole podcast is going to be about. We're going to watch it while we do commentary to it.
Yes, exactly. It'll be a Science Theater 2000. That's also your homework.
3000?
No.
The prequel?
Yes. We can't be 3000. That's trademarked. We never said 3000.
Did you know Adam Carolla actually has a podcast where they do that? They watch a movie, they talk about the movie, and then you're supposed to listen to the podcast while watching the movie and listening.
I know we're entertaining when we talk, so why aren't we famous yet so that we can actually talk about nothing? Because that's the funniest part.
Isn't that what we do?
Like Adam Carolla doing that kind of shit. Yeah. I mean, come on.
But that would be actually kind of entertaining, because it would be just like you said. It'd be like Mystery Science Theater. It would be people commenting over movies, and Adam Carolla is kind of a funny cat. I'll give him that.
But I would love to do that. Just that's part of my job right now.
Should we start an offshoot podcast? Jake
where
and
we
Sam,
just watch a movie and comment on it.
Jake and Sam at the movies. And then, but that would take a lot of listener participation.
Yeah, it really would.
This week's episode is about the Boondock Saints, so they have to get the Boondock Saints if they don't already have it, or rent it, and then watch it.
We'll have to market that one under anybody who has Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do Netflix streaming only. We're gonna do commentary for the entire season of Black or Orange is the New Black.
Oh. I like that one.
Oh, it's a great show.
Well, it caught my attention just because, and this is a perfect formula. The first fucking scene of the show is today.
I had a chick going down on another chick.
Damn straight.
And today. They did that on purpose. They
front loaded. Like, look at this.
They front loaded that first.
There's
season
not near as much nudity as there is in the first episode and the rest of the fucking season.
Because the girlfriend wanted me to watch it because My cousin's girl was talking to us about it when we went to the concert,
It's
the
a
White
good one.
Buffalo concert. And she's
a
like,
good one.
"You guys haven't watched that yet?" No. And so she talked me into it, and I'm like, I don't know. Well, it's from the creator of Weeds. I think it'll be legit. And then, like you said, she throws it on, and within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, sold. I will watch this fucking shit.
Because there's Mo Titty.
And Donna from that 70s show is in there all fucking lesbianic.
Yep.
And that is hot. Except for she's a brunette. I liked her better as a redhead in that 70s show, personally.
Okay.
What, you disagree?
Eh.
You're like, I'll take her blonde, brunette, redhead, whatevers.
She's not really my cup of tea because she's got the round face. We've discussed this before.
I know, I'm a round-faced sucker.
Yeah,
and
you
a
are.
redhead sucker.
Yeah, you are.
Redhead with a round face? I'm sticking my dick in it.
Kirsten Dunst with a round face.
I'm sticking my dick in it.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you.
Kirsten
This
Dunst
kid
in
almost
Batman
blew
or
his
the
load
Superman?
in Spider-Man.
I wasn't Batman, Superman.
Yeah, you did.
God damn.
See, he's so fucking infatuated
I know,
with her. He didn't even know what she was in. He was like, I watched the movie, but all I could do was shoot on the seat that was in front of me.
Yeah, fucking, I'm shooting webs out of my hands too, son.
Spider-Man you,
Yeah.
Spider-Man you. Yeah, that's what. Oh, that was.
Dude, Kirsten Dunst.
I will never go to a movie with you again.
I'm sorry. But I bought you Sour Patch Kids. I thought that made up for it.
Well,
I know we know y'all said you got blinded by that charcoal brick. But it was Spider-Man. Ow!
they swim so fast.
I don't know. That Kirsten Dunst is a fucking popper. I just saw her in a movie too, a new one the other day.
I still think it's hilarious that both me and you did say that though on when we first saw Interview with a Vampire.
Yes.
It was like, oh, it's a cute and everybody always said that was fucking weird that we would say that. It was like we were the same fucking age when we watched that movie.
Her birthday's like 2 days after mine. So if I'm like looking at this 12-year-old going, she is hot.
Yeah.
I was fucking 12 at the time. I was saying she was hot.
I still think it's fucked up that we get people that say that's weird
Like
though.
pedophiles.
I'm still think it's fucked up that we'll actually talk about that. But
Why? It's not anything
because
wrong.
that's been a discussion that's been going on for like 20 years now.
Ever since I told somebody I wanted to fuck Kirsten Dunst, ever since I saw her in the Interview with the Vampire. Well, at that point, I really wasn't like, I want to fuck her. Because I was like a young kid.
Like,
I was like, ooh,
I would
she's
show
hot.
her mine.
Exactly. Will she show me hers? Because I really wasn't in the mindset at that age. I was
curious.
Yeah, but I wasn't that kind of like sick kid that was developed super early. That
I
had,
was.
like an older brother that's like, you need to be banging at 13. I was an oldest child. I was the oldest son. So if I wasn't going to discover it, my siblings weren't going to discover it.
Yeah, I was the other.
Yeah,
end of the
you're the
spectrum.
middle. So and you had a slut for a brother.
Well, to throw that out there, okay.
Well,
yes,
is that
it was.
is that historically inaccurate?
No, it's not.
Yeah, was is the operative word. Missy, if you're listening, was.
I'm even going to say it. I was proud of the man because of his checkered past that even his ex-wife he didn't cheat on.
Yeah, and God knows he had all the reason in the world.
Oh, hell yeah. She even thought that he was cheating on her with his current because she thought he had somebody else. And the best part about it is he goes, maybe I shouldn't talk about this.
He's not listening. He already said he wasn't never going to listen. Well, I mean, should we go? Hey, segues, fucked up Floridian news. All right, we're going to fucked up Floridian news.
All right.
So, this motherfucking guy, this is a great story. On October 2nd, a man was caught on surveillance video walking around a Target store in Orlando while upskirting a woman.
Ooh.
Do you know what upskirting is?
Isn't that with the mirror on the shoe?
Well, see, that was the lo-fi days of when we grew up, where you wax.
He actually took a picture of her with his phone.
Yeah. On the video, a surveillance video that they took at the Target. He tucked part of his cell phone under a large bag of dog food at the bottom of his shopping cart. So, you know, on the shopping cart where it has a little tray at the bottom, he put like a bag of dog food, had his cell phone just sticking out ever so slightly, but with the camera so it could go up. And he was closely following a woman wearing a dress.
Nice.
And actual Target security picked this out and was like, this is some suspicious fucking behavior. So they put on an APB, and they actually used, well, as much as...
An APB? Are you kidding me?
As much as Target can put on an APB, which is they had the police tell the local media to broadcast the surveillance footage. So they broadcast the surveillance footage on local TV, and not only does the son of a bitch get caught, he gets caught at a Walmart upskirting another chick. These people shopping at the Walmart are like, what are you doing, you suspicious motherfucker? Oh, you look like that son of a bitch on TV acting all suspicious. Oh my God, there's your camera under the thing. So they fucking harass him, chase him out the store, questioning him, like secure him in his car until cops come and arrest his ass.
God. So that's why everybody was looking at me when I was shopping this week.
Why? You didn't look like that guy, did you?
Well, I put my phone under the dog food. Well,
oh, that's why.
I thought that was normal.
No, are you upskirter? Are you an upskirter?
Fucking right I am.
Oh, you dirty bitch.
I have upskirted everyone. That's my claim to fame.
I've upskirted everyone. Oh my God, I just came across this headline. I'm going to add this. Fucked up. Well, this is 2 weeks in a row.
Uh-oh.
A bonus. Fucked up Floridian.
Oh.
Hey, God, Jimmy, we got breaking news here. We got some man accused of doing some fucked up shit with a dog.
What?
Well, it's mean shit to a dog.
Fuck a dog?
No. The headline is man accused of pouring bleach on woman's dog.
What?
Yeah, I thought as a pet owner, I thought you would hate it.
Why would he do such a thing?
The story goes, Renee Prentice of Naples called deputies after Lester Arnold Forrest, who kind of looks like Tosh. Daniel Tosh.
I can
Doesn't
see that.
he kind of look like Daniel
He kind of
Tosh?
looks like I've tried meth Tosh.
Yeah, and Tosh is from Florida, so it could be his fucking dad for all we know.
Daddy Tosh.
Exactly.
That's
Daddy
where we're
Tosh.
gonna talk him.
Yep, okay. He'd been living at her place and allegedly poured bleach on her belongings, including Ralph, her 16-year-old pit bull. After the couple had an argument, Forrest reportedly told deputies he was using bleach to get rid of mold. And how fucked up is that? And then it's so funny is because American Humane Society goes into this whole thing in the article where they're like, men who batter women and abuse pets seem to be cast in the same mold. 71% of pet-owning women entering women's shelters reported that their batterer had injured, maimed, killed, or threatened family pets for revenge or control over them. That's what the Humane Society reports.
Wow.
Yeah. So this dude, 41.
I don't know how anybody can do that kind of shit to an animal.
Look at that little pit bull face. Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
Fucking awesome. That's almost like my dog.
Yeah, he almost does look like Diego a lot, with the mostly white with a few brindle spots.
I'm just saying, I don't know how anybody can do that to an animal in general. Who cares what kind of an animal it is?
Yeah. Aren't those illegal in Florida?
In some parts.
Some parts.
Yes. But I don't care. Anybody who can actually tolerate doing that kind of stuff to an animal. Like, I understand the whole aspect of Michael Vick did pay his time to society. Yeah. You know, let him live his life now. Mm-hmm. But don't ever forget what the fuck he did. I would never trust a motherfucker. If you can do that to a fucking animal, shit. Especially a dog that's going to come back to you after you beat it. Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me that I'm going to trust you as a person?
And a 16-year-old pit bull. That's like a geriatric.
Yeah. Like I said, don't get me mistaken once again. I think Vic did pay for what he did.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
But I would never trust that guy unless he actually showed. He would really have to earn my trust from there on out.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you're going to do that to an animal, you can do that to a person pretty damn easy. Especially if you're doing that with multiple animals.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying right now, being a dog lover, even hearing that yelp, that's fucking heart-wrenching.
It touches me, pulls at my heartstrings, son.
Damn straight. I don't know what you said, though, man.
Little man. But it makes me emotional. So, do you have some fucked up flirty news this week? Because I see you getting kind of distracted over there by your tablet.
Well, I just got to tell you right now, I thought this was amazing. It just came in.
Breaking news!
I'm not kidding. Like, it literally just gave me the update that a Gallup poll, most Americans want marijuana to be legal.
Hey-o!
I'm not kidding you. It actually just says this one. Since November 2012, support has jumped 10 percentage points, with 58% calling for legalization, Gallup announced
58?
Tuesday. Yes.
Democracy rules. Weed should be legal.
Opposition fell to 39%, led by Republicans and older Americans. Americans 65 and older are the only age group that still objects to making the drug legal. By support among that group has nonetheless jumped 14% in the last 2 years.
Wow. Yay, weed.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that support for legalization is the strongest among Americans 18 to 29 with 67%.
What is it at our age group with 30 plus?
Let's see here.
Probably doesn't tell you because nobody gives a shit about our age anymore.
They already know we smoke it. Just because we have to live with our shattered dreams.
Yep, exactly. The fucking Y generation.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about. It just says that that's the strongest. Just
so it only
18 to 29-year-olds. They say 67% of them say.
So
yay.
if you lumped in 18 to 35, you would be more along 72%.
Well, I'm just gonna look at it this way: that still in this society that we have right now, 65 and older is a large market.
Yeah, but they're.
What I'm trying to say here, though, is that they are a large market, and they're 39%.
Yeah, but with Obamacare, they're going to kill them anyway. So we got free weed. I mean,
damn straight. I'm just saying, though, that they're a giant part of the puzzle here.
Yeah.
And if they're actually saying that they're going 14 percentage points different from 2 years ago.
Shit, yeah.
That means the opposition is still dying.
Yeah, and we're only raising more potheads.
Yeah. Well, is that also a form of society saying that they have to deal with something that's shitty?
So they need to escape? Is because, yeah, that's a good question. Is the reason
Never had that. Never heard that in the war on drugs. Yeah. Is why people were doing drugs.
Yeah. It's because Reagan sucks.
Because you have to escape the reality that you're born into unless you're royalty?
That's a good philosophical question. Are we more prone to doing drugs because reality is sucked so much more that we need to get away?
Well, now that we've seen The Matrix, not saying 2 or 3, though.
Yeah, those sucked. All of a sudden you're having a rave in a cave under the earth? What the fuck is that shit?
Yeah. That'd be a good one. It'd be a good one. Let's do it.
Legalize
I think,
weed.
yeah, no, I'm just saying we should actually put in for a grant on that one.
To try to figure out.
Yeah, I think $750K will start us.
Easy peasy.
For the first 3 months.
Well, we're going to be the test subjects, right?
Well, fucking right.
Why did Jake and Sam want drugs?
We'll do a blog about it.
Yep, exactly. $2 million later, they get a fucking sticky note that says, "'Cause they're good."
We hired a lawyer.
And he says,
It's good.
"It's good." We got ourselves a gonzo lawyer.
Yep.
Like Hunter S. Thompson.
And
over
we
there.
notarized that shit.
Yep. And we wrote it on hemp paper. Like the Constitution, sir.
Yeah,
Smoking the ganj.
I don't know, though. I think that's an awesome point, though, is that it's actually starting to come back to the point where people don't fear
The reefer.
the ganj.
Oh, the reefer.
Yes.
Don't fear the reefer.
I can tell you right now, it's a happy, happy thing. If used correctly.
Only in moderation.
Which means don't smoke your entire stash in one night.
Amen, brothers.
And if you're gonna do that, fucking save up for a day or two and buy something bigger.
Exactly. I hate those dime bag buyers.
Yep.
Give me $10 every day. Hey, buddy. How about you wait a week and buy a half of my
I
schwiggity
hate being on
swag?
call.
Yeah, exactly. Because I sell halves of swag for $50. In case anybody's out there, hit me up. 1-900-MIX-A-LOT.
555.
Weed.
Yep.
We should cut that.
Yeah. Because that was your real number or what?
1-900-MIX-A-LOT?
Yep.
Absolutely. Baby got back.
He tried to buy it from me, but
Did you hear that 8675309 went on auction?
no.
Sold for like a couple of $100,000.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It's just like the end of this podcast.
Yeah, it is. This has really come down to the point of we're not even talking about anything anymore.
Nope.
Just
Scrapping the bitter end. Well, I think the Wild should be on. Maybe
Yeah.
we should probably just say our goodbyes.
and cut the end of this.
And cut. Well, like they say, until next time, kids, this is Jake Jelinski.
Sam Regner.
Come the revolution.
That was drawn out.
Oh, you know how I do.